What's good, y'all? True here, man. Now I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and hit that bell. You feel me? For the mind, body, and soul. You feel me? One time. But we got Kevin Samuels proved that these girls will become terrible mothers, and I believe it's on Fresh and Fit. Let's check it out. See what's going on over y'all.
Kevin's here.
Kevin Samuels in the house.
All right, let's. Okay,
Yeah,
guys,
bring him in.
welcome
bring
to
him
Kevin.
in. All right, shout out Kevin Samuels in the house, man.
Welcome, Kevin.
Man.
What's going on, people?
Yo, what's
Good,
up?
man. Good.
Hey.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi.
So we're talking about two different things. One, part of image called digital footprint. Once it's on the internet, it's forever. And I don't know all your backgrounds, but I would tell you as an image professional, people have spent upwards of $100,000 to remove everything off the internet, and they still can't get it done. Find me a Fortune 2000 CEO that is happy to have naked pictures of his woman out there. Men care. We are territorial. So just like the one woman who says the married people there, that's anecdotal. And one thing I want to ask all the women there, Myron's been trying to give you what men think, and you've been pushing back. Why is it so hard for you ladies to accept that we think differently than you do?
We can start here.
Yeah, he can hear you guys if you guys talking to Mike.
You can start here and then go around.
Okay.
So,
I mean, it's not hard to accept that. It's just saying us women, we have our own opinion as well. So, I mean, I accept a man's opinion and how he feels, but like how I said, I'm not going to go for the guy that thinks that way. I'd rather stay single and find somebody that thinks the way I do. And
Well,
so,
so understand something. You control access to sex. We control access to relationships and marriage. So it's not your choice.
it's the man's choice, and it's the man that accepts me
Right.
as I am.
Right. So we're not talking about a man that you don't value. See, a man that you value, a woman values. See, this all sounds well and good for when you're in a power position with a man and you can take him or leave him. But what about a man that you want?
I don't want a man that doesn't want me. I'm sorry to say.
See,
So you could ask
this is
that question though. But
okay,
no.
so basically what you've said is you haven't met a man that you valued higher than yourself.
I've met a man that I value higher than myself, but I wasn't ready around that time because I was not ready. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, okay, I should have valued that man because he was good enough for me because he accepted me for who I am. But coming across other men that are not like that, I mean, I'm not going to take a guy that doesn't accept me for who I am. I'm just going to be like, okay, on to the next one, to the man that actually accepts me for who I am. So if you ask a different woman this question that actually wants to pursue a man that she's interested in and doesn't like her for what she does, then she might just give you the answer that you're looking for. But for me,
I'm looking for what I'm looking for is the truth, and then how well you ladies
that's my
understand.
truth. But I'm being honest.
Okay. What I'm looking for, I'll let you speak. Can I have the opportunity, please?
Yes, sir.
What I'm looking for is not your truth. I'm looking for the truth. The truth is not.
What's so funny?
His famous line is, "I'll let you speak. Can I speak?"
That's the line, because, they be jumping the gun.
I don't really feel like what he's trying to say in this conversation so far is pretending to them being a good mother, a bad mother, just because they do certain things. There are people who are great mothers who strip and...
Yeah. But I don't think we got to that part yet. I think it's a specific part in there. I think we're just on the part of how you date or whatever. You feel me? But like the value of yourself.
Not really subjective. And so that's one thing that with modern women today, I mentioned on my program, whenever you press modern women, it tends to get the truth becomes subjective, variable, or extreme. Now, with you say you're not looking for a particular man, that's fine. But my thing is this: when women are looking to finally settle down and be found by someone, Men think different than you do, especially men with options.
I agree with that. But there's different women, different personalities, and different people in this world. So
Can you tell me what that is?
What is?
Like what she's doing? Because she's talking about butt. If we're thinking different, what are you saying? What is that butt for? Like if we think different than you, what you feeling like you're gonna change somebody's thinking to think the way you think?
I mean,
Because that's the only thing I could think about since you're saying butt. But yet it's still male and female, and like
some people think they could change the way people think because they feel like that person loves them so much that they should accommodate their personal needs, their personal wants, their personal desires. But if you personally don't like that type of feel, then
yeah, understandable. But it's still like, how is you saying butt? Like what the hell?
you're trying to say but because there's many different people. That's what she's trying to imply.
Why you over here saying like you're trying to say it in my ear or something?
I'm gonna drop the food out my mouth.
So, like how I said before, I'm sticking to what I'm saying. I'm not like most women.
Of course,
but if
you
you
are.
ask a woman that is like that, of course, she's gonna be like,
well,
yeah, I want to settle down, and I want to.
Like I said, it's always how old are you? I mean,
27.
Okay.
27.
You'll think differently probably by 37.
No, I've already thought about this. I already told myself if I don't find anybody that accepts me for who I am, I'm just gonna go to sperm bank and just raise a child myself. But
okay. This is the buy a dog, die alone, and guess what? You're free to have that. You're free to have those options.
I love who I am.
That's the beautiful thing about this country. Women are free to buy dogs, have sperm bank children, and die alone. No one's going to stop you. But I'm.
What's so funny? He's speaking facts. That is an absolute fucking fact. There's nothing about that he didn't say that wasn't right. What's so fucking funny? I want to know.
You said go to the sperm bank and buy dogs?
Yeah. And die alone.
Where the fuck does the dogs come in and play with the sperm bank? Like, is she calling their babies dogs?
No, you know how they say the dog before the husband?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy out there wilding.
He's speaking facts. He's not out there wilding. Like, he's just not sugarcoating it, right?
I mean, men give up the sperm in their sperm banks.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to raise the baby. They just giving it up.
No, they doing it for the money. What you they?
Exactly.
I think you paid like $50 for that shit. Should I've been out there every day if I had a chance? Fucking me. Have a whole bunch of low me and nah. Trust me, bro. I can't sign no papers.
I'm talking about the kind of caliber of men that you women would want. See, like I said, again, this is easy to say when you're in a power position, you're still at the peak or closer to the peak of your hotness. But 10 years from now, it will change. It always does. Halle Berry's complaining about child support and bitching about having to pay money. And I don't think anybody on this panel was hotter than Halle Berry was, and not the hottest person, hottest woman in the world 4 years in a row, 4 years running. So
I don't know. See my mother grow. But a man. I mean, I don't know. Like I've seen my mother grow, and she's been in 2 marriages, and she was not posting her ass out there, and she got tried by my stepfather, and my dad too. And I mean, like I've seen how my mother has been always a good woman, and these men, well, men in general, certain men, not all men, because I can't say all men are the same. I'm not going to be sexist or biased in that sense. But I'm just going to say that some men, most men, don't appreciate somebody. So I see my mother raise me the type of woman that I am. And she's always told me, you don't need somebody to define you. So if you want to have somebody.
What does your mother do for a living?
My mom's an eye surgeon.
What's your father? What'd you say, your stepfather?
My stepfather. Yeah. What about him?
What did he do?
He owns a corporate company for cement.
Okay, so your mother was an exceptional earner.
Yeah, she was an exceptional earner.
Okay, all right. So her options and your options and most women's options are different. See, your mother raised you to have, and you can believe what you want. I'm not trying to change what you believe, but what I'm trying to understand is how often do you modern women understand how men think? And see, that's what Myron was getting to push back.
But my
I'm hearing anecdotal, my mom, my this, my that. Do you understand how men think?
I do. I have a conversation with my father all the time.
That's one man. Because I don't,
It's the
there's
most
no
important
way,
man in
if
my
you
life.
guys truly understood how men think, the amount of pushback you guys are giving Myron would have been much less. But see, this is what happens when you tend to speak to women.
Why these guys don't talk?
Oh, see, this is their show, but they brought Kevin. You feel me? Like once they bring him in,
I know, but why he don't have they don't have opinions on it.
they do. But remember, they're doing a whole podcast, so they're taking pieces out of it and putting it on YouTube. You feel me? So the parts that they're talking is not really good enough for them, but this part is. You feel me? Or they could be just not to sound fucked up, trying to piggyback off Kevin Clout. I mean,
I
he
want to hear
did
their
start
opinions.
it. They really don't have any good ones.
Who are younger and kind of around the peak of their hotness. You are you can, the world is still your oyster. Now, if you want to make examples based upon an eye surgeon, all right, but I don't know many people whose mothers are eye surgeons. But most women need a man to get from one point of life to another because you earn less than us. The average median income for the woman in this country is $25,123. The average man is $36,000 a year. You need two incomes. So most people can't get to the end of life. So this whole variable notion about I'll just have a baby on my own, such and so forth, unless you're talking about making $150,000 to $200,000 for the rest of your life, I don't know how you plan on doing that comfortably.
The goal.
I have a quick question.
That's the goal. What are your high income skills though?
I'm studying cybersecurity, engineering, and I can make up to 120 to 200K a year. So
Okay. And
I'm a
I'm a
smart
chemical
person.
engineer. And I'm gonna tell you that's
okay,
that is. But but that's the no. That's not the norm. And see,
She put some off real quick.
Yeah. He get shit. He was about to look here, floozy.
He's just trying to say is he knows exactly what the income is probably going to be during that time because he's in that field already.
I understand, but I think he's really saying that what everybody says. Most people go to college, finish, and don't even end up in their degree.
Not even really true.
And think about it.
Men
Nobody's
tend-
gonna want
men-
to.
Men do tend to get paid more than
Yeah,
females.
yeah, that's a fact. But that's the only reason. The only reason is that because men are willing to be hurt. Well, men are willing to sit there and answer me this question and be honest. Are you really will sit there all day and shovel, cement? Just all day, 24/7. All you doing is just shoveling cement.
No, I'm too lazy for that.
And some women will believe that they will be capable of doing that 365 days a year nonstop.
They might be able to, but not my fast
they're
self.
not going to. I'm sorry, they're not going to. Eventually, they're gonna start complaining because all you're doing is just shoveling the shit. Men gonna complain, but they're gonna still do the shit for the simple fact is, hey, what else we gonna do?
But I've known men who
complain.
quit jobs for less.
And that's the ones who grew up soft. I'm sorry to say. You feel me? Because a man, most men, the actual men will break their back before they have their women break their back. That I know of. They would, you want to do that? Nah, you should go do something else, and I can do that. Oh, you want to take all them 6 bags upstairs in groceries? No, you take 2, I'll grab the rest. You feel me? Mm-hmm. The ones who be complaining, they legitly had some type of silver spoon, some type of on the titty 24/7, because there ain't no way you telling me that I will do bag breaking jobs, but I have a choice in the matter, right? I won't just quit a job because I don't like it or it's doing something to me. I try my best, and after a little while of it pissing me off, I'll find something new. But I won't complain about it, and I won't just up and leave. You would really have to fire me, or I'd have to find something else with more money. So I'm not just up and leaving.
There's only one female talking so far. I want to see what makes the rest of them not qualified to be mothers.
I don't think out that, but in the title it said it made it seem like one person. He said mothers with an S, but they're agreeing with what she's saying. So that's probably what why they say that. You feel me? But let go.
And what I hear from a lot of modern women is you cherish your independence more than you cherish what a man brings to the table. It's like if a man can't pay his way, pay 100% of the way for you guys, he's not useful. Well, I think you guys are going to realize something in the next 10 years that the world has told you that you can have it all. You can't. Life is about choices and trade-offs for us all.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
So piggybacking on the idea that she said that she'd like to raise a kid on her own, what about those women that didn't necessarily, because we're talking about like the whole comparison thing. So what about the women that didn't choose to raise a kid on their own?
Yeah, like what
Right.
about
So
me?
like obviously, so like for example,
Good
it's
example.
a
Okay,
guy.
you're asking me?
Well, you and like everyone on
Well,
the page.
first of all, women of the 50+% divorce rate, women are filing 70-80% of all divorces. Women are choosing to wreck their own homes every day. Men are not choosing to wreck their own homes and make women single parents. That's a choice that women are making.
Why? Because
I don't believe that bullshit right
that's
there.
a fact.
Nah. That's a whole fucking lie.
No, it's a fact. It's an absolute fact. Like he don't deal with nothing but statistics. They
Okay,
made
but there's
him,
a reason why they're getting a divorce.
Hold on. Yes, absolutely. But hold on. Let me finish what I was saying before you go ahead. They made him a relationship coach. He never wanted to be one. What he said in a video I was watching of it is he just created a Facebook website and brought people in. And they started doing their thing theirself. He just brought it like-minded people together. And after like 6 or 7 months, he's like, yo, these people are telling him they're in a relationship and shit. And he's like, wait, what? I was just doing it to get my stuff up. I didn't know y'all was going to do like that. You feel me? So everything he looks up is a fact. But yes, you're right that they do something, but they're
Like,
still the women.
But it's not them choosing. Obviously, the man either stepped out. There's relationship issues going on, or the female stepped out. Not going to say it's 100% the man.
No, see, the women are the one getting the. So the women are the guy can't step. The woman can't step out if she's leaving.
She could step out if she finds somebody that she wants to be happier with, and decides she no longer wants to be married with this person and want to marry somebody else.
Oh,
so
yeah, I didn't think about that.
It's still the same exact way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and try to say that.
But he's not saying that neither. He's just saying that
He's saying that females are the main.
He's saying the full statistic.
He said females are choosing to be single mothers.
Yes,
I'm not going to stay with somebody who cheated on me or is possibly being abusive towards me.
Yeah, of course.
Or anything like that. You're just going based upon what your research is showing you, but you're not going based upon why. They're not actually choosing to be.
That's the thing. We're not basing upon why.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's basing it upon.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, because he said females are choosing to be single mothers.
Yes, that's what they brought up.
No.
He's bringing up that simple fact. Is because not to sound messed up, but if he say he's actually a good person, because these things do happen. You can't just bring up all the bad without all the good.
I know that, but that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I use for instance if the female cheated.
Yeah, but that's what so what? I'm sorry to bring this up. But why is a relationship based on how long I don't sleep with somebody else? Like, you really mean to tell me that a guy is not supposed to like somebody else or even think about somebody else? So our whole relationship, marriage goes down the drain when I like somebody else?
If you're truly in love with another person, another person will not come to your image. Like, they will just be a person.
And what version of love is that? Because everybody loves different. So which one are you thinking about?
I don't know what you mean everybody loves different.
Yeah, people love different. What the hell are you talking? You see different when you look on Facebook all the time.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll get back to it.
Because their husbands are trash, treating them badly.
Yeah, this is now here we go with the ad hominem stuff.
See, she said the same shit as you. Go ahead. Let's hear what you said, Kevin. Fuck on, let's hear what you said.
We go with the same old tropes. We go with the same old tropes. Yeah, this is the same shit.
She's just bashing men. I ain't just bashing men.
Ain't
said,
nobody saying you was bashing him. You said the same shit you were. What if he would trash for me? Same shit. She can't say everything you said, but she said the main stuff. So let's hear what his rebuttal was. Oh, you got more to say, no?
Nah.
It's been piped into the same stuff. This has been the same stuff.
Listen. If you got a point,
One at a time.
cool. One at a time, though.
Yeah.
This is the same stuff that's been piped into the culture forever. That when a woman chooses to break her home, it's always the man's fault.
I was more so asking a question from like the child's like first day of birth, right? Children have birth certificates, and it's the woman's like responsibility to sign it. It's not the man's responsibility to sign it. They don't have to sign it. Like
Wait.
So I was asking.
No, that's not true.
It's not.
Okay,
It's
so
not true. If you're, no, hold on.
This-
That's not, ma'am. That's not true. If you're married, it is your responsibility to sign your child's birth certificate.
But if you're not, is what I asked.
Even if you're not married, once they know the name, what?
Nope. A
Miss.
man is not responsible to sign it.
Miss, I didn't sign my son's birth certificate, but he still has my last name.
Yes, he has his last name because that's what his mother gave him. And you could have sat there and fought because you could have sit there and said, well, I don't really know if that's my child or anything like that. She just gave him my last name. There's speculations or something like that. Anything in the thing.
But peak game. You go to DSS, and then you basically, your name won't be on it, but you're basically signing. Because now you have to pay because they know that's your kid.
No, because you could go to court and fight that.
Yes, you can fight it, but say you go to court, right? And then they do the DNA test, and it's yours. Mm-hmm. Even if your name is not on the birth certificate, you still have to pay for that because of the DNA test.
Yes.
So how is that not metaphorically signing it? You didn't
because
physically
guess
do
what?
it.
If all right, understand this. If she gave the birth certificate to the school, your name is not on it, and she doesn't put you down as a person who could pick up the child, you can't pick up the child because guess what?
My name's not on the birth certificate.
Your name's not on the birth certificate. Now, for instance, you are the person on the birth certificate. She goes and she says, I do not want this person to be able to pick my child. They tell you that cannot happen. Because the person is legally on there as the biological father, so we have no right unless you have a court order saying that this person can't pick up the child.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're still not proving my point. Is how is it not metaphorically signing it anyways? Because yes, you can pick them up.
Because you could drop all your rights, and once you drop all your rights, it's not on there.
Yes.
It's not on there no matter what.
Yeah, but you don't get what I'm saying, dude. It's like, even if you're not a full participant, and you decide that you want to be in your kid's life, once that DNA test is passed, you can do whatever you want. You can go make sure your name is put on the birth certificate. Yes, you can. There's $400 to put your name on the birth certificate. What are you talking about? Like, I looked about that for my first son and all that. You didn't know that? Yeah, he can legit go, you can go get a fresh new birth certificate with your name on it. Because the first one they give you at the doctor's office is just that one. After that, he can, when he changes it, if he changes his name and all that.
He has to pay for that.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's the point. You should marry before you carry.
That's an opinion.
That's not an opinion. That's facts. It's statistically. Who's the psychology major? Who's the psychology person on the panel? Children do better in a two-parent household in general. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
But I don't understand what that necessarily is.
Because a child has because the union of marriage is one of the best institutions human beings have to date for the rearing of children. It's the primary reason. So this whole notion about
I have opinions, but I also have like the psychological, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's an opinion and there's
what you're still hearing is a lot of women on the panel who understand your points of view. But you're hearing less and less about anything from men. It's always, every time I've asked a question about a man, it's been something negative, something detracting. Nothing has been positive.
I just simply asked a question in regards to because you said, do you expect to make $100,000 to $200,000 to support that child? In regards to Valentina, so I was just curious, what you think about the women who don't have a choice in that.
Well, you do have a choice. You just don't like your choices. You chose the man you laid down and made a baby with. You chose to bring a child into the world for that man. Then you can choose to do your duty.
But psychologically, like we were speaking
Okay,
earlier.
so hold on. But again,
say
those are your choices. See, those are choices, and right now, again, I want you guys to go back and clip this. Every time I've talked about a man, there's been something negative or downside. Yet to hear anything positive about anything regarding a man relationship or the benefit of a man and a woman working together.
Does that have more to say about the man or us, though?
Yeah.
Because if we have nothing positive to say, then in our experience, there's been nothing positive.
Well, if that's the case, you've picked them.
So everything is our choice, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's reflective. You chose. Yes, you picked. Yes, ma'am. Because just like every man you've chosen, there've been other men who may have been suitable, but you may not. He's not tall enough. He's not this. He's not that. There are no women on this panel that are hideous. You get to pick. See, what you cannot do is what women typically try to do: absolve themselves from all accountability and consequence.
I believe that everybody gets consequences for what they choose to do. However,
Really, well, I don't hear any on this panel. She just said, "What did you say? What about the women who didn't do this, this, this? Well, what about the mothers who didn't choose to be this?"
I didn't list anything. I specifically asked you a question in regards to children.
I said the one who just spoke before you.
Oh, okay.
He's just.
Anyway,
I like how he talks over.
Valentina,
I feel like I can't even say
Yeah, you
anything
can't get a
because
word
what
in.
he's
It's
so-
okay.
Valentina, you had a question, right?
Wait, what were you?
As a single mom,
Okay, yeah. As a single mom, I agree with him saying like, okay, like I chose to lay down and for the man or whatever. But when you're saying like, oh, I chose to like give birth to the kid, like, what about if you found out you were pregnant when you were 7 months pregnant? Because that was my situation. Like, it was like you're having the baby or you're like, that's just your responsibility.
What'd you think about that?
Well,
What she
about
said?
having a baby,
Without not noticing and all that.
I mean, there's been people who've actually
Yeah.
gone through full.
Yeah, full blown. I know a girl. She said she didn't know she was pregnant until she was in labor.
Yeah.
But what you
I
think
mean-
about it though?
What do you mean? Like,
And it's not what I mean. I'm asking you what you think about it. What is your thoughts on it?
I get what you're saying. Like, what are you trying to say? Like,
What I'm
if I didn't know I was pregnant, there's nothing I can do about it. I didn't have a choice in that matter.
But you did.
How?
You're supposed to check on yourself. You're supposed to know your body. What are you talking about? Females I know go get a checkup every 6 months and all that. Don't you?
It's
Well,
every year technically.
Well,
it's supposed to be.
every year. But normally you
Yes, but okay. Let's say this. Let's
eating different, feeling different.
Some people you don't get like that. Some people don't have none of those symptoms.
Weight gain. You telling me there's not one symptom that the person would even throwing up. The nausea. Damn near every female's get that.
Did not have throwing up, and I did not have nausea for neither one of my kids.
Not even a little bit at first.
Nope.
Like you didn't actually throw up. You just felt the nausea.
Nope.
So damn.
Neither one.
So-
I didn't know. To be honest with Jada, I did not know I was pregnant.
Till when?
To when?
Yeah.
My friend told me I was pregnant. I was like, "Girl, you're lying. I'm not pregnant." She
But
was like,
how far along was you at that time? Like, were you able to show or anything at that time?
"That time, no, I was still pretty, in the beginning of my pregnancy."
Yeah, so like a couple months.
Nah, a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, and
But she went 7 months.
she probably still had a period, full blown period every single month. So in your head, when you have a full blown period every single month, you do not think you're pregnant. Periods.
I doubt she had a period.
No, there are people who.
Yes,
still
no,
get
I never said there are people that don't, but I doubt because she would have said that. That would have killed his whole argument.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was 7 months, and then I had my period, so that knocked it off automatically.
No, that made you not think about that. That would have killed his whole argument because now it's natural. I didn't know what was going on. You feel me? Now you have to put your statistics around me because I still was going through all but natural bodily functions, but I was still pregnant. So he would have lost that fight if that was the case.
But you're seeing here, first of all, he didn't even speak upon it yet.
Yeah, he didn't.
We don't know what he's got to say.
Absolutely, but we're talking about her right now because remember, you said some people could still have a period. So if she had one, as she would have said that, he could. Then what could he have said back to her? But we'll see.
But
We'll
who
see.
wants to display that? Like, oh,
It's not displaying it. You're trying to
because
prove
you're
a point.
saying here, no, you're not saying here. What she's asking is the question is, okay, I did not know until I was 7 months pregnant. How do you speak for those people with your statistics right there? I'm not gonna say, okay, well, the reason why I didn't know is that I was pregnant was because I had my period the whole time, so
No,
forth and
that's
so
not
forth.
the answer.
But you're not asking for the answer. What you're saying is that she should have automatically stated something like that, so he had no argument to go back against it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and blast the fact that I still had my
You're
period,
not
this, that,
blasting.
and third.
That's
So
not
that's
blast.
why I didn't
How
know.
is that blasting?
But what you're saying here saying is she should have automatically stated the facts on why she didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah, you're having a debate.
No,
so
I'm not gonna sit here and
cool.
state all that.
Like it's just or giving up the baby for adoption, but that like that I wasn't gonna do that. Like that's more like like.
Sorry, how does that
Well,
happen?
no. So first of all, to answer your question, most women don't find out they're pregnant in month 7.
Huh?
I mean, that's just not the norm, especially with all medical technology today. You have a monthly cycle. It does not come. That's usually trick one.
You're just saying if it didn't come.
Yeah, but you see how you just got real agitated about that. But he's saying the same thing. Because it seemed like
I'm
you
not
got
agitated.
It seemed like you got agitated because you got pretty loud about that.
I did.
You did. I'm telling you, you got pretty loud about that. But all right, you don't have to believe me. When we rewatch it, you'll see.
One, there are many options down that path. But again, you found out you had a baby on the way. You did have the option to give it up for adoption. You just chose not to exercise that. Still a choice.
Oh, okay. I agree.
And then you were saying something about marriage certificate, right?
Now, what's not right? If she would have said, "Oh, my period was going the same," he would have had no fucking argument. She just lost in
But
2
she
fucking
agreed.
seconds.
She said she agreed with
Yes,
what he said.
because she had a period. If she didn't, that would have been her winning ticket. He would have had nothing to say against that. The podcast would have been done. Real talk. Because how could you tell somebody after that you're not thinking about a person like me? You feel me? That'd be rude. And everything that he was doing would have been wrong. But yeah, let's go back to it.
That somebody
No,
has to
I was
sign.
asking about the birth certificate. I asked why in most cases it's the mother's responsibility to take care of a child instead of the father's. Because we were talking about men and women, so I was just asking in that instance. Usually, like the court system looks immediately to the woman.
No, not true. And the thing is, if you have a child and you're married, and the divorce is not final 11 months before the child is married, the father's name goes on. Excuse me, let me finish my example.
Just let him finish, and then you can make your point.
If you're married and find yourself divorced and your ex-wife has a baby less than 11 months after you're pregnant, after your divorce is final, the father's name, the husband's name goes on the ex-husband's name goes on the birth certificate. That's federal law.
Okay.
So it doesn't just automatically default to a woman. The man's.
I get what she's trying to say is like, and this the only reason why I'm gonna agree with her partially on it is because there has been bullshit ass mothers.
Yeah.
And the courts will automatically be, but that's the mother, so she gets this, she gets that. But it's never looking at the father like, okay, well, he's a suitable father. He has a job. He's done this. He has no prior neglects towards the kid or anything like that. The mother will say, he's a bad father.
Let me tell you what it is.
He raised the voice. Because she birthed her?
No.
Because she birthed the child?
Guys can't nurture.
That's a lie. There are guys who can nurture.
Not like a mother can. They can be.
It can't be because some mothers are
Don't nurture.
not fit to be mothers
Yes,
at all.
absolutely.
But if you bring that to a
But
court
that's same
system,
fathers. Same
yes,
as fathers.
same as fathers. But this is what I'm trying to say is, I feel like what she's trying to say is why in the courtroom and like on the court is automatically look at the mother and not look at the father as well. In that point right there, it should be equal. You
Yes,
should look
it
at
should
both
be.
and
Absolutely.
see who is actually the right person, who's actually trying to just use it as use a kid as a pawn or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
But you do know that they said that like marriage is another part of the whole reason why shit like that happens, right? It's like they would want the kid not to be there, so the pops not to be there, so you can rely on like DSS and shit, and like giving money back to them, common fine and other shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
like
but that's
having
not.
to do.
It should be more not about certain stuff like that. It should be more about the child's well-being
Yes,
and what's best
but
for
it's
the
not-
child.
it's not
and
about the
all they
child.
sit here and do is look at, okay, well, that's the mother, and that's who the child's going to go with. There's been plenty of times where there has been ACS cases against the mothers because the mothers have done something
Yeah.
stupid or messed up or anything like that, and they will not bat an eye to look at and like, okay, let's give the child to the father, because the father has to seem to be, no, instead we'll put the child in the system or something like that, or keep giving it back to the mother until finally the mother winds up either killing the child or something really, really bad happens.
I mean, yeah, but it's on both sides. Like, even with the foster care shit, like, even when some kids go in there, they come out even worse. You feel me? So it's legitly, yes, they should really look into these people, but they're not going to take the time to do that. Why? Why should they? We're the government. We don't care about that. Like, my whole thing is, I really don't like the courts for the simple fact is I don't feel like I need a third person to tell me what the hell I need to do with my child. I don't like CPS because y'all just come in here and y'all fuck up people, kids, regardless. Even worse, like I know I got a friend. He said he been in foster care his whole life. He's back with his family now, and dude beats his girl. Like, beats his girl. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. I'm not gonna go to your house because I'm not gonna sit there and watch it. Because I'm not going to tell you my plan, but we're going to get back to it because the time is running.
His name was on the birth certificate. My name ended up on the birth certificate with an ex-wife that way.
Like the majority, if we're talking about the majority, not everyone has children after they get married. And you guys are focusing on the relationships that come from marriage.
But that's a choice.
And you have children.
It's a choice if a woman has a child before she's married or after. That's 100% her choice.
He's trying to say the woman has to take accountability that she had the child out of wedlock and what comes with that. That's what he's saying.
But why don't the men? That's what I'm asking.
Because I'll answer this because this is what, okay. Can a man force a woman to have a child if she chooses she does not want to carry it to term? Well, then it is a woman's choice when a child is born in this country. Men have no rights after conception.
That's a lie.
My mother was a single mother.
Not trying to say like the men in general, but now abortions are illegal.
Yes, now, but I don't know how long ago this was made.
Abortions are illegal,
but certain places is not.
And the people who made that
are men.
Yeah. Are men.
Yeah.
So you're forcing a female to keep a baby.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. But mind you, none of these people here are in the government. The government is the one doing this.
And I'm going to be honest with you, half of the times, a good amount of times, you do not find out you're pregnant until it's to the point that you can no longer go get an abortion.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never been pregnant, so you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Like, the only reason why I found out with Jada that I was pregnant early in the stage is because my friend was like, you're pregnant. And me and her were debating about it. She was like, take a test. And I was like, cool, no problem. I got this. Like, I know I'm not pregnant. Turned out I was. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, if she didn't tell me, it probably would have been another situation like my first child, which I didn't find out until I was damn near 4 months.
Yeah, understandable, but some people check up a lot more than that. Like, some females legit check right after they...
I mean, you're not going to get
a
positive
they're
right
weird
after that.
like that. They're weird.
I mean, because I'm going to say, like...
I wouldn't say right, like the day after, like a week after, however long it takes.
I had the cycles until I found out. Like, once I found out, like, the cycle stopped.
I understand, but you see what I mean?
Yeah,
though? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Some of them even take the pill right after, just for safekeeping. Condom and all.
Mother, I'm
out here talking like I got experience, right?
I tell you, she believes the same thing I do. She chose to not get married before she had me, and she chose the circumstances in which she raised a child.
He's right on that. He's right on that because it's our choice as women. He's right on that because it's our choice as women.
I agree.
We make that choice, and
I agree that we make those conscious decisions. But what I'm saying is, you can't control like the fate of.
No, I get where you're coming from. Like, you're basically stating like, okay, I had sex with this person. Why can't they take responsibility too? I get that, but like, it's also a man's choice if he doesn't want to be there. But it's also your choice if you want to keep it.
Right. I was just off of the psychological aspect, like they were talking about earlier. Like he said, it's a man's
No, what it
job.
comes down to is, let's just keep it a stack, man. I'm gonna just say it because everyone else is too scared to say it. Most women don't have any type of accountability when it comes to child rearing, having children, and the consequences that come with it. You pick who you have sex with. You pick. Women have unilateral control on who gets born in the United States. Men have zero access to that. So if you're a single mom, it's your fault. And then on top of that, let's also add on that women initiate 80% of divorces and most breakups. So it's not that the father isn't in the life. A lot of the time, he's not allowed to be in the child's life. If we're going to keep it a stack, you know what I'm saying?
Agree.
That's true. I agree with you because
So-
I know some women like that.
Yeah.
I understand what you're
And
saying.
a lot of women use the child as a pivotal point to exercise leverage to cause pain in the man's life. It happens all the time.
This is why marry before you carry, because in the example you were given, what about if a woman does this? Most time when a man is having sex with a woman, it is not to get her pregnant. They're having casual sex. It's not like he said, you know what, let's have sex and I want you to be the mother of my child. If a woman, and this is the thing why I tell men, don't trust a woman on birth control. You better bag up twice, because if she gets pregnant, you lose. You lose, because it doesn't matter what she said before it. After she's pregnant, you lose all rights, because it is 100% her control. See, I believe in a world where women have freedom of choice. You choose to be a mother, choose not to be a mother. But then I also believe in a world where men have the right to do a financial abortion. You can kill a baby. I should not be able to have to take care of it if you choose to make me a father when I don't want to be one.
That's understandable.
That's true.
But it's circumstantial, like I said before, in my opinion.
Well, but here's the thing. Let's be real. If the child support system was fair, to where if a woman chose to, a man could actually sign off his rights, not be financially responsible, not have you come afterwards, do you think the out of wedlock birth rate would stay steady, increase, or decrease?
Decrease.
Thank you.
Because he's right. He's 100% right on that one.
And we're also right.
All right, that's the end of that one.
Now, where does this make them unfit mothers?
I think it's the story behind it that they was talking about, because most of them was agreeing with what they were saying until he said what he was saying. You feel me? So it's like, how could you're not supposed to switch up on your beliefs that fast.
So now this is my thing now is, right, he's saying that he feels that, you know, if you are trapping someone to be a father, because you don't want
not trapping them,
to pay for it, for the kid.
But
pretty
that
much,
if you don't want to,
if you don't want to pay, you're financially trapping them, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to the point is that now we're trapped because we can't do abortion. Why should it be okay that you sit here? Because we both sat down, we both laid in that bed, we both made that mistake. Whether it was a condom or no condom or anything like that, we both came to that conclusion that, hey, look, we're gonna lay down. And anytime you lay down, no matter if there's a condom, the person's on both birth control, anything like that, there's still always that 1% chance that you can wind up pregnant. And trust me, there has been plenty of incidents where people have been fully on birth control and still winded up pregnant.
Yeah.
Or a man is wearing a condom and either the condom breaks, somebody poked holes in the condom. What do you to do then?
It's not what,
because we can't get rid of the baby. So now all of a sudden, because we kept the baby, now you want to sit here because you wasn't ready to be a father. Now you should be held to not being.
You do see that he's saying this, and I hope you don't feel like I'm agreeing.
No.
With
That's
it.
what I'm trying to
Go
say.
ahead,
I'm trying to say, compared to what he's saying, is like he feels that because you kept the baby and the guy didn't want to be a father. You know what I'm saying?
He should have allowed not to be financially. Yeah, I understand that point, but I'm not agreeing with that point for the simple fact is we're both fucked in that situation anyways. Because yes, he can say that, but that's not the case of the matter. The case of the matter is, as she knows who it is, she can go down and he can be on child support immediately. You feel me? He's advocating for that, for the simple fact of there's some people who do it wrong. Like, say how the millionaire babies, the ones who go out and have kids with millionaires and then he's talking for people like that.
But
he's not talking for regular people.
If you're sitting here doing a podcast and you talking for men, you talking for all men. You're not talking about for the status of their pockets.
Yes,
You're
that's
not
what he's been saying that the whole time.
No, you can't sit here and talk about somebody's status of their pockets and then say men should not be held accountable if you decide not to give rid of that baby. We can't decide anymore. The government has said that females, you are not allowed to decide what goes on with your fucking body anymore. So why should men have a say in what goes on with their pockets if they sat down and lay down with the female?
Again, I agree
No,
with
I'm just
you.
Stop feeling like I'm coming towards
because
you
you feel
about
like
it.
you jumping down my neck there, good buddy. It's like I'm on your side. I'm the type of person is I don't care if I laid down with her and made a fucking mistake. That's my child. I'm going to take care of it. You feel me? It's mine. I birthed that. That came from me. That's just that's like imagine me being a dragon and somebody stealing one of my shells or whatever the fuck to make a sword. That will be a offspring of mine. You feel me? So I take care of mine. I don't know about them. You feel me? I don't know about them. I know about me. You feel me? But I'm telling you, he is advocating for people because every time he was explaining it to you, he would always say, what if you don't get the man you want? Because all they want is people with money. So he's talking about that group. He's not talking about all men in general because all men wouldn't have that option. Like once you lay down as a regular person and have sex and have a baby, there's no way to turn it down.
All right.
I mean, dude with money could try to get away from it, but he would legitly just be obligated to pay what the court says. You feel me? Like, not to sound fucked up, I pay $50, but what if I decided when I start making $100,000, you think she's not gonna go back to court to try to get more money? So this is the people that he's talking about, opportunists. Really, it's like he kept saying, like, what makes you so beautiful when I could pick 10 of you?
Right. Still feel my way though.
Yeah, you clearly not gonna change your mind on that. And I ain't saying nothing. You can have that one. I'm just saying I understand where the man was coming from. But that's true, man. I'm signing out. Like I said, I had something for y'all. I will tell you the prize in the fourth video. But you gotta like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? Get other people to comment your name so you can win the prize. And I'm gonna have it going for 2 months. More than 10 names get you a full entry. And my next one, I might try to do something special for my clan. But we'll see. But holla at me though. Oh God.